Hello. I hope you can hear us. And you can see our screen, everything okay?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay. So hi, my name is Gerard Roma. I'm here with Xambó.
Hello.
So we would like to thank you for having us here at ICLI, and we would like to share with you an investigation into collaborative live coding. And so Anne and me, we've performed regularly as a duo named Pulso since many years ago. And eventually, around 2011, we became interested in live coding, which is a practice for improvising using computer programming. Should be quite well known for people at ICLI. And around that time, Tor Magnusson came to Barcelona and he showed ICLI. And so we got very interested in ICLI because it's a kind of constrained environment that allows you to do live coding, but with less possibilities for making mistakes. So it's a lot easier to program because it's kind of a hybrid between a score and a computer program. So it's a lot easier to code without making errors. And so we started investigating how to put this into a collaborative setup. And we created kind of our own version of it. So Xlang basically allows you to do like patterns using letters, but it had like a note-based mode and a percussive mode that was using samples. So we were interested in sounds, so we started from the percussive mode, and we added a few things. We added the idea of using different versions of the same letter, using accents to create different sounds, related sounds with the same letter. And we also made it collaborative, so we had two screens, and we could both code in two screens and then have everything synchronized. So then the sound was basically, instead of using samples, we used a synthesizer. It was a kind of Atari simulator from Fredrik Olofsson. And so each letter was actually a set of parameters for the synthesizer.
Yes. So I'll explain the timeline of kind of this journey. And this, like in terms of performance, we performed in 2012 with the tool that Gerard has just explained, and that was in Barcelona at the new venue. And that was in the context of live coding sessions. And that was the unique performance where we perform with this tool up to now with some changes. And then in 2016, there was ICLI happening at University of Sussex in Brighton. And there it connects with this journey because I was co-authoring a paper related more to live coding for the classroom. And this Pulso performance and tool was kind of presented as a use case where you can have it's a use case where you can learn coding in the classroom, say with pairs. So you would have two computers as we do have here, and then you have a shared script, but then each of the students in the case of the paper can kind of type their own lines of code. And then we move now to 2022, which is now a decade from this beginning of the journey. And Gerard will present now kind of the new kind of the new tool that is inspired from what we started in 2012.
Right. So so we basically what we've done is we've ported this tool to web technologies. So instead of SuperCollider, we're now using web audio as a kind of basic audio engine. Instead of the Atari synthesizer, we're using samples. For this performance, we chose samples from a shredding machine. So it's all samples from paper shredder machine. And so everything was ported to JavaScript, and it's a lot easier to create this kind of collaborative environments in web. And there's a code editor called Code Mirror, which is very nice, and it allows you to create this kind of setups very easily. So I'll basically start doing a bit of a demo. I hope you can see the code now. And this is the environment. So here you've got these kind of brackets allow you to create a pattern. So I can create something like this. So this is the same sound repeated 4 times. By the way, I just added the feature of tracking with a little visual thing that it doesn't work very well, especially because if you change the audio latency, then it doesn't synchronize. So please ignore that. But you should be able to see, to hear a pattern that is generated by this. And I can do things like change the sample rate. So we can add modifiers outside these brackets. Can change the tempo. I can change the amplitude. And then the letters I can use, for example, uppercase for high amplitude and the accent for this kind of percussive envelope. So now this is using percussive envelopes. And we also added consonants. Of course, consonants cannot have accents, but at least we've got more sounds. So instead of 5, we've got 10 sounds now. And yeah, so this is the idea. So in the left screen, you can see my code. In the right code window, you can see what Anna is doing. So each one is above us. And so Anna is using her own browser window, and everything that she types is going to my browser window. And then I'm sharing this to Zoom.
Yeah, so we should be moving now to the performance. Just to say that we will be using the tool that Gerard has just presented, this web-based environment. And the idea here is to show also that with a very highly constrained environment, you can still be quite expressive. So with no further ado, we move now to the performance. Thank you, and we hope that you enjoy it.
I'm going to change my sound now, so you'll stop hearing us and you'll start hearing only the music.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You tell us where you get those incenses.